address you all later.
Yeah, names.
Yeah, any you can think about it.
Fake name you prefer?
Jess.
Jess?
Yeah, Jess.
Any vibe, doesn't matter. You can think about it.
What is your name? How do we address you? Boss.
I don't know. Andrew?
Andrew.
Okay.
Alisa.
Alisa?
Alisa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you again?
Jess.
That's okay.
I hope I don't forget Alisa.
I'm the CEO of the company.
I might just remember you by this name. Alisa.
Next time you see me, hey Alisa.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we are holding this meeting today because there's a slight problem with our finances. We've been allocating too much money to sales and marketing, and we had to lay off a lot of workers. And our employees are not very satisfied with that situation. So, first, I just took over the company. You guys can call me Andrew. I believe your name is Jess and Alisa, right? Can you all please briefly introduce yourself first and your position as well as your daily responsibilities?
Jess can go first.
Okay. I'm Jess. I'm director of finance and quality management department. Yeah. So as you know, like my department is in charge of like how we allocate the finance, the money for the company, and as well as we look into quality management and in particular food safety, because it's a recent concern this few years. Yeah, it's a rising issue, and yeah, that's about it for my department. Do let me know if you still want to know anything more about my my department. Yeah, Alisa.
I'm the sales and marketing executive, and I research and develop marketing and sales strategy for the company. We plan to like drive sales by designing and implementing targeted marketing strategies, and also we are responsible for maintaining customer relationships, tracking sales data, and creating performance reports. So we actually have very close relations with Jess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, the main theme of this meeting today is that we are spending too much on sales and marketing, and I believe there is quite some pressure on Jess's department because you're allocating too much money. So with so much spending on the sales sector, I'm wondering if you are bringing in enough revenue. Are there any marketing difficulties, or can you briefly justify the spending in your sector?
Okay, so as I've mentioned, we actually focus a lot on customers' needs. So as the sales and marketing department, we actually focuses on the packaging, seasonal drinks, promotion, and ambassador. So for packaging, it actually plays a crucial role in the development of any company and its marketing strategy. And then it has become like a communication channel and a silent salesman as brands look to engage and entertain customers. So if we think about it in a very generalized way, we can consider like a retail brand that sells women's clothes. It opens a store, but the majority of its sales still take place online. And then they have like comprehensive marketing plan, and they run like several annual campaigns to emphasize its USPs, but finds it still competing with dozens of similar retailers who are using the exact same tactic. So packaging is one way that they stood out from the crowd, and so it is actually very simple. It can involve a clean minimalist cardboard and like or something like a vivid print inside, and it's also an opportunity to surprise or entertain a customer. So for our bubble tea store, we actually focuses a lot on packaging because it can encourage customers to share a photo on their social channels, and then it just looks great and people will just want to spend on it. And packaging is also an opportunity to tell customers who you are as a brand and what you believe in, and it basically screams at the customers to buy them, and it needs to be intriguing, create a mood, and like prompt a range of emotions among them. And then so what we have done with our packaging is to keep it eye-catching so that it stands out and is remembered by the customer. And then we also make sure that it is durable so that it secures our merchandise and protects the drink inside, so that customers will not be facing like spilled bubble teas along the way when they're drinking. And finally, we makes it easy to open, and this might sound simple, but it can be a major frustration for customers because as a bubble tea drinker, I always face difficulties poking my straws through the cup, so I actually focuses on a lot on it. And also we also focuses on ambassadors, so we actually have Blackpink as an ambassador for us. This because as you know, they are very trendy these days, so we are getting them to represent our bubble tea, and then we can see that there's a surge in customers purchasing our bubble tea also. And basically a brand ambassador's job is to represent a particular brand through word of mouth marketing, and we use like our social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook to create content so that it can attract the teenagers to purchase the drink from us. And we actually considered traditional marketing, but we realized that it is not that effective because the past few years have shown that people are more likely to trust social media accounts rather than traditional advertising. And in fact, like only 1 in 3 people say that they trust what they hear from a paid advertisement. And with an effective brand ambassador, it can drive sales and recruit customers faster than billboards and commercials. And also we actually found Blackpink because they have large social media followers that can reach a wider audience, but we realized that there are some scandals regarding them which might affect our sales, but we have gotten our team to cover up for them, so the impact is not that big. And also we because right now it's like going summer, so we have like seasonal drinks, and we are changing all our hot drinks to make them available in cold, so that because summer is coming and it's hot, so with cold drinks the customers might be more tempted to have cold bubble teas rather than hot bubble teas. And like seasonal drinks, we have like cherry blossom, peppermint, choco, and 20th of May is coming, so we are thinking of doing something pink for the lovers. And then it actually gives like our customers a chance to experience something new. It's like the first time they walk into our stores despite coming in a lot of times. And then we also have like it also can appeal to new customers because it can like make them more to buy things on impulse. And also we believe that we can have limited time offers too. Right now we have buy 2 get 1 free promotion, and also we realize that there's a surge in people getting engaged or married, so we are using we have this campaign whereby they can use their wedding certificates to claim for free drinks. And we realized that it is actually very popular, and it brought a lot of customers to our stores, and we can see that the nearby bubble tea stores that are near us, they actually have lesser sales than us these days. So I do believe that our marketing is spending the right amount, and we are going the right way as we get more. I feel like we gain more than we cost more. Yeah.
Okay, so from what you briefed me on, I believe there are a few different aspects that you're spending on. The first one is packaging design, because you believe that that's a crucial part of building a good brand image, mainly through voluntary advertising through social media by customers, and a large part of your spending also goes to celebrity endorsements, such as ambassadors like Blackpink. Have you ever reached out to any local celebrities or local influencers?
We have reached out to them, but the popular ones, they are rather busy these days as they have a lot of dramas to take up on. So and they actually ask for a higher amount ambassador fee. So as what you have said, we are already facing financial constraints. So I do believe that it is not really appropriate for us to approach them. But but I think we can consider finding getting Blackpink off our list and finding other ambassadors, because as I have mentioned that they have some scandals recently, and it even though it doesn't bring us a lot of impact, but there is still impact from it. So and I believe that we can have a few influencers and ambassadors rather than having one, because we did a research, and we found out that Red Bull has like 4,000 ambassadors, Lululemon has 1,100 ambassadors, and Pura Vida has 130,000 ambassadors. So I'm thinking that the more ambassadors that we have, we can get more of their fan side base to support us, as we know how fans are crazy and how willing they are to spend on their favorite artists. So I believe that we can find more ambassadors that are rising and not ambassadors that are already popular like Blackpink.
Okay, so if we get Blackpink off our list, how much spending can we potentially be saving?
Right now Blackpink for each member we are spending 100,000 per month. So if we find artists that are less popular but trending with a stable fan base, I believe that we can cut it to at least 60,000 per month. And also because Blackpink is only is one group, so there's limits to their fan base. But if we get different ambassadors at a lower cost, they have different fan base, I believe that once we add them up, we can save more, and also we have more fans of theirs buying bubble tea from us.
Okay, Jess, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think by cutting costs, by removing Blackpink from the list, do you think the financial crisis can be solved in this way, or do you think there are other problems to tackle?
Okay. In general, I think like Elisa gave us a very thorough run through about how the marketing department is handling the stuff right now, and like the recent campaigns and the general direction for your department. So a few things to list out first. Honestly, like for finance and quality, for finance department per se, the main issue that we are facing right now is the cost, like the allocation of our finance also. So like for example, the cost of our ingredients actually went up by like 25% in the past quarter. In particular, the brown sugar pearls that is very popular in these days actually went up by 8%, and cheese topping by like 15% the past quarter. So it's a very significant increase in cost, but at the same time, like these ingredients are things that toppings and things that the customers are look for when they purchase. So we can't actually scrape these away from the menu. It's pretty important to us, so we have to keep it, but at the same time, like, the cost is high. So this is our main concern. Right now we are actually sourcing for new suppliers, but the prices are a bit disappointing. So, like, needless to say, we have to sort to other, like, other means and other ways to cut down costs. So like what Alisa actually shared, I, like, just now you mentioned about the traditional advertising and like paid advertisement that is not effective anymore. Honestly, looking at the status, the data, I don't think it's quite true. From our numbers, we actually see that the sales and profit actually shows otherwise. Like in the past 2 to 3 years, like, sales has been going up, but you've been using the more innovative advertising only in the recent 1 year, I would say. So like I'll say that the new creative innovative way of advertising confirm, like, will bring its value into the marketing part, but we don't actually have to entirely scrape off the traditional advertising as well. So like paid advertisement is our go-to for so many years. Like, our go-to way. Then it has worked, and I'm sure like it will still work to a certain extent. So the part about ambassadors and endorsements. So like to branch out from advertising that I talked about just now, I feel that customers can be our first-hand ambassadors, or like our first-hand way of promoting our products. It's always by the word of mouth, and because bubble tea is a very down to earth product. It's not like a luxury product that we are not going on a luxury route in this case. So like it should be accessible to everyone, and it should be affordable. So cost again. Then we can, instead of finding like like famous groups or famous people, actors, whatever, like superstars, to actually endorse or be ambassadors for our brand, we can work on investing in our customers. So in a way, they are actually spending on our brand, like our product, and in return, like we actually get some advertisement from them. You said that Blackpink will cost probably about 100K per month, and other ambassadors that are less popular will cost about 60K per month. So it's a difference of 40K per month. Honestly, like, if you were able to get Blackpink, that would be the most favorable option. But in this case, I feel that with the stress and the pressure we have, the challenge that we face in finance allocation right now, I feel that we can look into other means of advertisement first, because 100K can be quite taxing on the finance department as well for the company. Also, if you are going to look for like least famous people to endorse our brand, honestly, I feel that even spending 60K per month wouldn't be that feasible in that sense. Yeah, because like I'm still talking about the effectiveness and like the amount of impact that they can bring about to the advertisement. So with the main constraint that we have right now in the finance department, as much as as much as marketing department would want to do their part to make our brand like more well known to the crowd, I feel like we have more pressing issues to look into right now. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay, so I have one question for Alisa. So you were mainly emphasizing on the need to spend on advertising and building the brand image, but are there any different other ways to promote sales, such as, I believe you mentioned some seasonal offers like buy two get one free, or could you possibly partner up with some delivery services like GrabFood are there any other ways to promote sales?
Oh yes, I do believe what you have raised is reasonable. In fact, we have been in contact with Meituan, and we're coming up with like promotions for it, such as like customers who purchase our bubble tea through Meituan by buying vouchers or doing 外卖, they can have like a waive of their delivery fee, and also we can have this mini change in the appearance of our product with Meituan, so we can get this Meituan's cup holder that comes together with the bubble tea, and then the buyers might be more tempted to buy because customers, they are usually appealed by things that looks pretty. So I think that's one thing. And also as what Jess mentioned, advertisement is very important, and she thinks that traditional advertisement is actually helped our firm with the sales, and with our new kind of advertisement within this 1 year, it brought in sales, but before that it actually brought in sales too. So I just want to like clarify that traditional advertisement, it entices to old people, but right now we are changing our direction to include a bigger group of audience, which includes like teenagers. That's why we are targeting on what they like. And so by doing so, that's why you can see we are posting more stuff on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter to attract these customers. And also, if you want to talk about like sales, I'm thinking we can have a change in our products. It's not a change, but it's more of like adding on to it. So right now we have teenagers and the old people drinking our bubble tea. I'm thinking we can have mini cups to cater to children, and parents will, as we know that parents they are more willing to spend on kids these days. So with such mini cups, the kids will pester parents to purchase for them, and I'm pretty sure this will increase our sales too. As kids, they have sweet tooth. Yeah, and Jess mentioned that we can invest in our customers so that they can help us increase our sales by word of mouth, for example. So I'm thinking we can actually have like a loyalty program. So maybe they can like buy 5 cups, and then once they have 5 cups, they can get 1 free topping, and then maybe like 10 cups later they can get 1 free drink, and also during their birthday they can get free drink and free topping of their choice, and they can upgrade their drinks. Yeah, I do believe that this is a possible way that we can move towards without increasing our costs that much.
Okay, so I believe you two have reached an agreement that we can cut down on advertising and shift our strategy to other promotional tactics. Speaking of the menu, I think you mentioned some new flavors. I'm a bit interested in coffee. Do you think coffee is something that we can incorporate into our menu, although we are a bubble tea store? Because from my personal observation, I believe younger people are generally more getting more interested in coffee nowadays, as well as some older seniors. Have you observed the same trend?
We have been in talks with Starbucks actually, but right now it's just all words. But we are planning to create this caffeine bubble tea whereby you can incorporate, you can put in like latte together with oolong tea. It's a rather new taste that is that they are still trying out, but if it works out, we are thinking of bringing this in. And also, you know how Starbucks is more influential than us, so with this collaboration, I'm pretty sure that it can actually raise our boost our sales. Yeah.
Okay, Jess, I forgot to ask you about quality control.
Okay.
I think you mentioned that there have been some customer complaints recently, right? What?
Yeah. Yeah,
Can you
that's
elaborate?
true. So like for the quality management part, like we have issues about food safety recently. Like so, food delivery platforms actually raised concern over like food hygiene issues. There were cases of like food poisoning in the past 5 months. On that, we actually checked with the different like outlets, and actually we looked into the CCTVs and checked like for hygiene issues. So like whenever we actually find, okay, so we look into the issue and we find like possible risk of like food hygiene problems, then we will investigate, and we will like investigate, and we will ask like the store manager about this. So with the recent one at the recent outlet in the west, like we actually fired one of the staff there because like chances were given, but then like he still didn't like obey the rules and regulations. So like it's a bit risky to keep him around. Yeah. So about this, honestly, like for my department, we actually want to raise the food safety levels. We want to look into quality management as well. Because in recent years, like consumers are more paying more attention to their health and like hygiene, like food hygiene. So in order to like have a long list of things. So like I mean like in order to like keep our customers, like we have to make sure that our product is clean, and above all the marketing and everything, I feel like food, if they are consuming it, it has to be safe, it has to be clean. So with this, we actually we are looking into sending our staff, like all our staff, even the ground on the ground staff, for our regular trainings to raise their hygiene awareness. And also we are going to change some of our equipments in store due to like wear and tear, old like they are getting older, and like it's harder to clean after a few years. So we are looking to change like the whole batch, and at the same time that would mean that the cost might increase. But I feel that this is necessary because it actually relates directly to like the health of the food safety of our product, and the health of our customers. So sorry, like I didn't get a chance to ask Alyssa just now. So like you said that there were a few campaigns going on, right? So like for example, the wedding cert campaign. I'd actually like to question the feasibility. So like, is this do you have more details about this? Is this going to be a recurring deal, or which means like is it only once, or like the couple can come a few times a day, or is it like a few times a week?
Because we did a research, our research team did a research, and we found out that recently there are a lot of couples getting married because COVID just ended, and because there's no more social distancing measures, that's why they can hold weddings physically. That's why we're taking a chance at this, and trying to attract these couples to come, and we can see that there's actually a lot of couples that heard about it, and then they are coming to our stores, and this is like it's a one-time thing, so they have to actually bring their wedding certificate on the day that they registered and show it to our staff to get approved, and then they can claim their free drink. And also this thing we're planning to hold it for the next 3 months, but it can be shortened or it can be lengthened depending on the response from the customers, because apparently the research team told us that for the next they expect an increase in the number of couples getting registered within the next 3 months before reaching a peak, and then it will fall.
So like next 3 months meaning like now we're in May, so like June, July,
Yeah,
August.
yeah.
I think that I honestly I question the feasibility of this campaign, because like in 3 months we know like Singaporeans we usually people get married during the auspicious dates, right, like and like or during the end of year when we have more holidays. So like you are targeting at a very odd group of people from June to August, and I question the feasibility and the effect of this campaign, as well as like because this campaign would also mean increase in cost from outside, because we're giving free drinks, right? So it's from my point of view, I'll say that we are actually giving free products even before making a profit from them. So is there a way we can work around this?
If you are worried about this, we actually found out that there isn't a fall in sales because of this, because they actually bring their friends to support with them, and we actually recently received an order whereby they want a few thousand cups of bubble teas for their wedding, because after they received the free drink from us, you realize that we are like one of a kind and we offer unique special drinks. So they actually want it. They want their wedding to be unique too. That's why they are gonna order from us. So with this like 1,000 cups, I feel like it actually covers for the cost that we are gonna face from giving out the free drinks.
I question the feasibility. How do you see this?
I believe our main target consumers are maybe teenagers. So with this campaign, I don't think we'll be giving out a lot of free cups, but I believe it's quite efficient, because while we can gain a lot of publicity from this, we are not actually losing a lot in terms of like the cups that we're giving out for free. And as you mentioned, in the following months are not like when couples usually get married. So I think we're not sacrificing that much, and if the data checks out, we're not losing that much money. I think we can continue with this campaign.
Okay, all right. So another part about 我做完了 OK 太好了 What's yours? 30 minutes. Major things, yeah. About So how you gonna open your bubble tea store tomorrow?
You make me so sad.